A crowd estimated at between 100 and 120 people converged on the old courthouse in downtown Romney, West Virginia on Wednesday evening, August 17th, to protest a proposed biofuels plant from coming to Hampshire County. I'm Greg Larry for HampshireReview.com. Despite the announcement published by the Hampshire Review earlier in the day that the North American Biofuels Group had taken the proposed plant off the table, concerned citizens still made sure that even the prospect of synthetic biofuel produced through trash incineration coming to their area raised many red flags for them. Therefore, despite the announced pullout, the pre-scheduled 6 p.m. rally remained on.
And your home here is near the proposed plant?
Next to it, yes.
Could you tell us why you're here this evening?
Yes, because I'm very much against this. I feel that it is not a good idea. Floodplain and all the traffic and the noise and the light, no. I think it is very, very poor idea.
Despite the operation of the proposed plant potentially employing as many as 120 people, the protesters expressed concern over the possible threat to the quality of life in their area.
Well, there's a lot of potential benefits if they actually employ people, and we need employment. But we've always got to weigh the positives and negatives. Is this plant going to create a disaster zone down on river? The verdict's out. The people in the plant are claiming that this is going to be perfectly clean. There's a lot of information available that says this plant is not going to be perfectly clean. It's not been researched properly. People have not spent the time to find out if this is a good idea or not. It's just sort of been popped on us.
The plant, which was to locate on the scenic River Road west of Romney along the South Branch River, communicated that the making of biofuels by incinerating trash was a self-contained operation that produced only reusable materials and the resulting byproducts produced by the system. Descriptions offered by the plant claim that no pollutants would be delivered to the river or air, and that the trash brought in was something that routinely gets transported through Hampshire County along Route 50 anyway. However, the citizens at the protest remain unconvinced of the safety of the operation.
I'm with Dennis Morris. Dennis, how are you?
I'm fine.
Dennis is on City Council here in Romney. Dennis, what's your concerns about a plant like this, of this nature, coming to the area?
Well, besides the ones that are on the petition already with the water tearing up the area, the mounds of trash, and the idea where once this is proven not to work, which it seems to have been in any country it's been tried in, there are only maybe 2 this size in the world, and they're both defunct. We're going to be camping on mounds of trash up here right next to a floodplain, if not on it, ready to wash into our river. I was reading in the State Journal about how the mortality rate has dropped in this particular zone, which is one of the highest cancer zones, heart attack and so on. We've been wondering why for years this happens. We don't have the industry here that brings this kind of stuff into the air, but it comes downwind from the industry in the northern panhandle, Pennsylvania, Ohio. It's done that for decades, even though now some of it's cleaned up. And it showed that the more of these plants that are taken offline, the older plants that throw out the fine particulate matter that will go through your lungs, into your internal organs, stuff that the scrubbers don't get. That's what's been killing so many people in our area. Now here we are preparing to put an incinerator a mile from town that's going to do the same thing.
Romney businessman Michael Corbin did not cite the protests as a cause for the pullout, but indicated that the reason was a lack of needed natural gas supplies here and constraints placed on them by a timeline faced by the company. The group is now looking at a site in West Virginia's northern panhandle for the plant.
Well, I live in the South Branch River Valley, and I love the river, I love the environment and the peace and quiet, and I've read the county's comprehensive plan for what their plans are for our beautiful community, and this seems to be quite contrary to that and promote big industry and lots of noise, light pollution, and environmental pollution, and I can't stand for it.
So you live directly in the area that would
I live within a mile of this proposed plant, and the Romney Elementary School is within a mile and a half. the West Virginia School for the Deaf and the Blind is within 2 miles of this plant, and it has been shown to produce heavy metals and toxins.
It's going to bring trash to our county we don't need. It's going to bring congestion we don't need. And it's not going to bring jobs that we do need. It's going to be very detrimental to our wildlife and our way of living here. We need business, but we don't need to buy chemicals that's not going to give us anything that's help the kids in this county.
It could cause poisonings because it brings trash and other germs from New York and other such places. If this is to be avoided, the citizens should try to persuade these congressmen not to bring this trash incinerator into Romney.
Many more people would end up in hospitals, and insurance doesn't cover up all of the expenses.
I'm Greg Larry reporting for HampshireReview.com.